It's day 3. Go to Expert Challenge, day 3. Welcome, guys. Hi, Carol. Hi, everybody who is already watching. Let me just double check to make sure we are live and people are able to see me. Double checking on 2 pages in the group and on the page. If you are in the group, you get to also win a prize, a chance to win $500 gift certificate towards any one of my products. And we already have a ton of people watching. So hello, guys. Welcome to day 3. While people are coming on the line, getting together, I wanted to start off by saying congratulations. This is day 3. Typically is when, we're halfway through the challenge. And, a lot of times people start checking out from the process in general, in any program, product, event, training, anything. When it's halfway, it's starting to get a little bit more challenging. I'm asking more challenging questions, although I was actually very pleased to see today that many people actually said that they loved the question from today, that they found it fascinating, thought-provoking, eye-opening. So I'm excited to talk about this topic today, and it's all about visibility. Visibility. Hi, Samia. Visibility is an interesting thing. Everybody talks about visibility. The word almost loses its meaning as I say it, but when you think about it, the more you see people out there, the more you start seeing them as the go-to experts, as the celebrities, as the people to trust, right? That's why brand, pay a lot of money to be constantly visible, right? So that's the whole idea. But before we get there, last time I did this challenge, I actually shared something with a group of people that was attending it. But I'm originally from the Ukraine, and I thought we would start a fun way. My husband just came back a couple years ago from Ukraine, and visiting with my son, taking my son who was born in America. He took him to Ukraine. And hi, Lena, Bobby, Liesel, Darla. Hello, guys. Joanne, Gail, welcome back. Rose, Juan, good to see you. So this is a really neat item, and I always comment on it because somehow the customs allowed my husband to bring that from another country. This is a statue of a famous person in Ukraine, but the unique thing about it is that it actually opens up and there's a cork and there's actually vodka inside of this thing. And what's interesting is that it's been standing on the counter in our kitchen for 2 years now. And finally, my husband said, "Oh, friends are coming. Let's open it and, let them drink vodka." Turns out you cannot open it. He was so disappointed. It's actually just a decorative. So we don't know if there's vodka inside. We're going to assume because it was purchased in an alcoholic store. I know Jamie says, "I love that thing." But it's really cool. I get to say to people that I have vodka inside the statue. So I thought that was an interesting way to start for us and to share something a little unique and personal. But it's, he's going to look at me now all live stream. All right. So welcome, everybody. Good to see you guys. This is day 3. Lena says, "I didn't get an email with visibility questions." So the way that you would want to get on the list to get the questions is you go to www.gotoexpertchallenge.com. If you're not on the list, if you did not join the challenge, that's why you're not getting emails. If you joined, then you're not getting emails. Chances is that my emails are getting filtered, thinking that it's spam or something you need to, maybe it goes to your junk folder. I'm not sure what's happening, but that's the way that you get on the list to get emails. So welcome again. Yesterday, I noticed a pattern. Many people, if you remember from yesterday, I asked you to share your message, your big idea, your big message to the world. And many people actually shared that they had to overcome, well, they didn't really share it. It's something in the wording that I started noticing, that they had to overcome fear of sharing their message because of the fear of rejection or disapproval from others, right? Fear that others may have a different opinion or disagree. But I wanted to encourage you and say that that is the whole point. Your opinion is the only thing that matters when it comes to your business. Your message is your truth, right? You arrived at this message by looking at your own life experience. That's how you stand out, by sharing what you really believe, with your whole heart, right? I had to do that a couple of years ago when I walked away from $1 million company and a very profitable business partnership, because I started seeing that the way everyone else was doing business in my circle no longer felt right to me. It no longer served my life, and it no longer served the people that I wanted to serve. So my message of simplicity was really born out of being constantly busy, constantly promoting something or someone, trying to not flake out on anyone, always launching, always delivering, always creating, having deadlines. Until one day I woke up and realized that it no longer feels like anything matters, like I lost the real meaning to what I was doing in my business. And every day for the last 3 years looked the same. And no matter how much work I did yesterday, today was going to look the same, like in the movie Groundhog Day, right? And if you recently walked away from a corporate job, you probably felt the same way. Like every day you do something and nothing really matters. Because how you spend every day is how you spend your life, right? So I actually decided to sell my half of my business to my business partner, walk away and start over on my own again, and create a new business with my own rules and with simplicity in the foundation of it, right? Where everything I do is built around my life, my values, my unique abilities, from what I choose to create, who I choose to partner with, what I choose to promote. All of that is part of my, what I call simplicity-driven business, right? And, when I first started sharing this message with others, I remember feeling scared because many financially successful people that I was surrounded by had a no excuse kind of approach to business, push through, work harder, work longer, do more, master more, invest more of your time, money, energy. So I was, of course, worried that my newfound view on business and life wouldn't fit in. But here's what started happening. As I began sharing my message, I found that many people resonated. Maybe not the same people that I've been surrounded by, but other people. So I ended up attracting many people. Many of them are in this group, in the Simplicity Circle group. And these people really want simplicity in their business, whatever that might mean to them, right? So my point is, don't be afraid to share your biggest message, because it is your big message. And that will make you stand out, be unique, and allow you to create something different from everything else, from everybody else's creation, right? Something that people won't just glaze over, but they will get on board with you, right? They will love you. They become your biggest fans. They buy from you. So I'll get off my soapbox, but I wanted to address this today because I noticed that many ideas and messages were a little bit tentative or generic. And I really want you to be bolder and louder. Go to the edge of what you believe in, right? Don't try to fit in the crowd that you're marketing to. Try to really bring yourself so that the right people hear it, right? Thank you for inspiring permission. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Cece. Yes. Jamie says, how you spend every day is how you spend your life. Yes, I take this with me from this live. Yes. Hi, Juliet. Esther. I have felt that way, like someone will think, why is she doing that? Because it's important to you, right? Let's see. I just saw somebody's cool message. Hi, Jermaine. Good to see you. Very cool. Yes, it's about storytelling. Thank you, Martin. All right. So today's assignment, what was today? First of all, congratulations to Amy Smith. I already posted on the in the group. She's today's winner, picked from day 2 thread from yesterday. And this is a daily participation prize, which means you can pick any course from my online store worth $500, which means you get any business building course for free. And today, again, is a new day. You have another chance to win. Just participate and post your homework in the thread so that tomorrow morning I'll pick somebody else. Thank you, Helene. I love that. I love your wisdom. I am pretty wisdom, as Joey Tribbiani says, from Friends. And so I've been saying that very tongue in cheek. So I feel like the word wisdom and wise applies to people who are, you've got to be at least 65 years old to say that you're wise or that you have wisdom. So I appreciate your feedback. Shelly says no sound. Check your speakers. I'm not sure. It looks like people are watching and hearing me. Hi, Vicky. Teresa just made it. Yay. Donna Malloy, welcome. So today's assignment was, I lost my place here. Okay. So today's assignment is all about visibility. As I was saying at the beginning, the more often people in your niche see your name, the more likely they will perceive you as the go-to expert. That's why it's so important that you create these visibility opportunities. Put your name, put your business, your products in front of your people constantly on a regular basis. It's really the biggest key to becoming a household name, being seen constantly. It's so simple, and I think people really miss that or dismiss the idea. Visibility is not because you're trying to market yourself or because it's something that your coach told you to do. It's something that literally increases your go-to expert status every time people see you, right? So that by the time they actually get to talk to you or see you in person, they are already in love with you. They trust you. They know what you do. And maybe they're even a little bit awestruck, right? Like with celebrities, right? So a celebrity in your field is the way to get there is to be seen constantly. So today's assignment was really simple. List all the ways that you put yourself in front of your target audience in the last 30 days. And I literally asked you to do that. Look at your calendar and see where and when you put yourself out there in front of your target audience. Somebody said, I know this is one of my weaknesses. I have the occasional Facebook post, a YouTube channel that hasn't seen much action lately, a Twitter account, which I haven't used in months. I also get caught up in creating my courses that I really neglect this part of my business. So it's time to start devoting more time to this. Ernie says, yes, I must be wise then. Yes, Ernie. Hi, Maura from Scotland. And I'm glad you can hear me, Shelley. Bobby says, be sure that your passion supports your life purpose. Yes, awesome. So let's just here's the reality check. Posting inside a Facebook group only matters when people get to see what you do and what you offer, right? So having your own Facebook group and promoting it to get more members, for example, is better than posting in someone else's group. Unless you can post it as an expert on a topic. And typically, most Facebook groups don't allow you to feature yourself, right, as an expert. They do have like a promotional Monday day for you to, like I do in Simplicity Circle. But typically it's, you get lost in all these posts. So that's why having your own group is always better than having your post in other groups. Although if you can do both, that's always great. I'm going to keep checking. All right. Blogging. For those of you who blog, it only matters if your blog gets traffic, right? If your blog gets visibility, if it gets featured, if you promote your blog post to your audience, right? Otherwise, it's just there, right? A lot of things we do, they're just there. We have articles. They're just there. They're just sitting on your blog or you want to get them out to your audience. Newsletter writing only matters if you have a big list of people to send it to, right? Otherwise, you can be writing a newsletter every month and send it to the same 100 people that you've been having on your list since 1992, right? Creating a YouTube video only matters if you have subscribers or if you promote it somewhere else to your target audience. So can you see the difference? The difference between creating something and actually putting it in front of your audience. Most people will only do the first one, but not the second, because the second one is scary. Visibility is scary. It can be scary for a lot of people, especially for the introverts, in our group. And as a fellow introvert, I can say that visibility can be very scary. So you find your way of being visible, the way that works for you, that brings out your natural abilities or your super skills, as I like to call them, right? So did you, in the last 30 days, do any of these things? Did you speak at a live event? This is you putting yourself out there. Did you do a podcast interview? Not just created questions for an interview, but you actually did a podcast interview where you interviewed. Did you get promoted by a joint venture partner or a collaboration partner? Did you get published on someone else's blog where the audience is your target audience, right? Did you attend a networking event filled with your ideal clients? Have you asked your friends and referral partners to share your webinar with their subscribers, right? All of these are examples of not just creating stuff, but putting yourself out there. Does that make sense, guys? Juan says, I also have to improve in that area. Just participate in discussions on LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm going to start my blog this week. Make sure that the blog is visible. So as you're sharing your blog posts on Facebook, on other blogs, see if you can link to your blog. Is there any other way to feature your blog? Carol says, I have a new book out, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Zolan Press. Awesome. Congratulations, Carol. So having a new book out hopefully means that you are also promoting it, and that your publisher is promoting it, and that you're running some type of you could do like a book tour or a book launch party. There are many ways to get your book out there, right? Let's see. Laura says, introvert here, but how do I get people to look at what I do? You invite them. And actually on Friday, I'm going to teach a strategy where you get to invite people to what you are creating. So it's a lot easier to create that visibility. It's the ultimate visibility strategy. As an introvert, I don't know how else I would be able to get people invited into my world with so much ease and just natural flow. So I'll share that with you on Friday. Who to put in front of? How do you decide? So like Colleen is asking, who do you put yourself in front of? Your target audience. You decide on who you want to support. Who do you want to serve? Who do you want to be an advocate for, right? We talked about that on day 1 and 2. If you miss that, go back and answer those questions, because on day 1, I asked you, what community do you want to serve, right? Liz says, some days introvert and some not. Yes, spoke to live events. Just because you're an introvert doesn't mean that you can't speak at live events. Actually, I remember a really interesting thing happened at my second live event. Somebody approached me and said, Milana, how do you get yourself out there? It's like, I'm an introvert. How do you get attention from your audience? And I said to her, do a live event. As an introvert, what's difficult is approaching people who are already kind of mingling and together. That's why I personally don't love networking events. But on stage, suddenly I don't need to fight for, I don't know if it's attention or it's, I'm already on stage. People already see me as an expert. It's much easier to really put myself out there when it's my own event, right? So when you can do that, when you create your own live event or your own workshop or your own mastermind group, whatever it is, people already see you as that, right? And as Alura said, I do speak, just need to arrange something. Just looking. Is it enough to attract leads to a webinar? Catherine is asking. Enough for what? It's enough to get visibility, absolutely. But then, of course, you need to make an offer, or you need to invite people to something that you do so that you can convert them into customers. Let's see. Gail says, how do you get yourself out there to speak at a live or do joint ventures? So I'm not an expert on speaking gigs. I know there are a lot of people here who can support you, who can actually help you. I know there's a website called Speakertunity, speakertunity.com, like opportunity, but it's Speakertunity, so you can find people there, but or events. There's also a lot of websites where you can look for events, but I think I actually just had lunch with somebody who got paid $9,000 to speak for 1 hour in Baltimore, and I thought, how do you get to the point where you just get paid $9,000 to speak for an hour? And he said, you just develop yourself as an expert in an area and you get known as that expert. So now people who do events, they want you to speak. So Elisa says, yes, very scary. I kiss and run hoping my people will pursue me. Yeah, this isn't, I don't know what kiss and run means, but I love the expression. I'm assuming that you just love on your people and hope that they will come to you, right? Rarely post on my own Facebook page, also have a group, but only have a few members. Yeah, let me just say that being quiet in business doesn't work. I've actually tried that for a little bit, and I will say that you have to put yourself out there or nobody will work with you. Nobody will know about you. And in this crowded world, you need to put yourself out there. Rose is asking, can you speak to which is more important for visibility when getting started on a web page or a Facebook group page? I think it's both, because a web page is your home. That's where you invite people to join your list. You give away something for free. A Facebook group is something that you create a community and you bring people back into your website, right? So I think a combination. Leanne, I've just discovered in a lot of beautiful timing, as this is what I need to learn. I'm getting started and just talking to people. I'm guessing you didn't finish it, your comment. But yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you discovered me as well, Leanne. Andrea is asking, how do you get to speak at live events if you're not yet seen as an expert? Oh boy, this would be like a 3-day workshop. You develop your expertise online and you have, collateral, as they say, the speaker's collateral, some kind of expertise. The way that I've always been invited as a speaker to other events, which I don't do a lot, again, because I don't particularly enjoy networking, speaking at other people's events. But the way that I've developed it is I create products and I create content around several specific topics. And then people who see that see me as an expert on that, and it's unique expertise, and it's a unique perspective too. I don't ever have any generic content. That's why I keep emphasizing you want unique content with unique take, a unique perspective, right? People don't want just a generic productivity expert. They want somebody with a unique method, with a unique approach, right? What's the book that just came out a few years ago? Marie Kondo's book on organizing. I was thinking, what's the big deal? It's just a book about organizing, but apparently it's like a unique Japanese approach to organizing where you touch everything as opposed to looking at things, and you touch it and you ask yourself, do I love it? Do I like it? Do I want to pitch it? It's been a while since I read it, but I thought, what are you'd want Marie Kondo over any other productivity expert, any other organizing expert on your stage, right? So have a unique perspective. Lots of comments. Let's see. All right. Let me make sure that I share what I wanted to share with you guys today. Then I'll come back to questions. So the idea is that at least once a week, 52 times a year, maybe 50 times a year, you should be putting yourself in front of your target audience in one way or another. And the goal is not to just be where your ideal clients are, but to put yourself in the position where you stand out as the go-to expert in your field. You can be at a networking event, you can just be somewhere, but your goal is to position yourself where you stand out. And the way to stand out is to have your own, unique perspective, to be very clear on what you do, to have your business rooted in your story, in your expertise. I have a friend who has been a marketing expert for Coca-Cola. I mean, to me, that means that she is 3 heads above any other marketing expert who just decided to become a marketing expert, right? Because that's where she is rooted. And again, you can create that kind of position in just about any topic. So at least once or twice a year, you should be putting yourself out there in a big way. And what I'll be sharing tomorrow and on Friday will help you do just that. If you really want to grow your business, get more clients, sell your products, you want to start creating these visibility opportunities where you're not just participating, but you're capturing the attention of your ideal clients, right? Not just participating, but you're capturing the attention of your ideal clients. I hope that that is your biggest takeaway. Now, tomorrow, I'll give you 4 different ways to do that. And then on Friday, I'll teach you the big one that will position you as the ultimate go-to expert. It is truly the best way that I know to stand out in your niche right now. And what I'll be teaching is going to be so beyond and above everything else out there. It's a strategy that fills your business with customers and referral partners in just 90 days. It's a strategy that will allow you to stand out and be discovered. Somebody asked me just a minute ago, how do you get seen? How do you find people? How do you put yourself out there? You can be discovered by hundreds or even thousands of potential clients. And it's that strategy that allowed me to build a mailing list. Hopefully you know why a mailing list is important when you do business online, of almost 100,000 subscribers and a waiting list of coaching clients. So you definitely want to pay attention to what I share on Friday. Is it necessary to have a website when starting out as a new coach? I only currently use an all-in-one webinar platform. Having your own website just means that I'm here. I exist. Here's who I am. Here's what I stand for. If you don't have that, I don't know how else you communicate in 2018, to be honest with you. Helene, is it allowable on Facebook to offer high-value content in community Facebook groups? Some groups allow that. Other groups don't like when you share your content. It depends on the Facebook group owner, right? Terry says, I love that. Unique content. I can actually use that when presenting my children's book to kids, parents, and teachers. Awesome. Yes, I agree with Dragon. I think having a website these days is an absolute minimum. I agree, absolutely. Shelly says, when I create a new video, I always share the link on both Twitter and Facebook. Yes, so just creating a video doesn't do much, right? You have to share it on platforms where there are eyes on it, right? Teresa says, I may have to miss Friday. Do you have replays? Yes, there's going to be always a replay. It's just going to be sitting in the Facebook group. Sophia says, hi, Sophia, you need visibility and sales simultaneously for your business to be successful. How to do that if you don't have a large ad budget to drive people to you and your services? So the thing about having a budget for ads, when I first started my business, I had no budget for ads or anything. Like I literally had $100 to start my business with. And so I was pushed and forced into using a different strategy. So I ended up really relying on joint venture partnerships. Other people who really have access to my perfect audience, and they were sharing my message and my webinars and my products with their audience. So that is the way that I have done it. I will say that in order to get joint venture partners, you still need to be putting yourself out there, making connections. I can do a month-long training on joint ventures because the company that I walked away from a couple of years ago was all about how to build joint venture partnerships. But I will just say that to get a joint venture partner, you want to connect with people, with as many people as you possibly can. I'm reading the shortest comments, by the way. So if you want your comment to be noticed or your question, keep it short so I can quickly grasp the meaning of it, right? There are a lot of questions about Facebook, and I'm going to pass on these because I'm not a Facebook expert really. I can help a little bit with Facebook, but not enough to answer a lot of the questions. Let me see here. Okay, Liz is asking, can you substitute a Facebook business page for a web page if you have a landing page? Website substitute could be a blog too. I'm going to answer this question in a general way. I will say that anything you do on Facebook, whether you create content or you build an audience or you invite people to join your group or their followers or their likes, it's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Facebook. That is why having your own website is going to be so important. If you are really building a business, you're building your own mailing list, you're creating and hosting your own content, right? So having a website is important. I don't know how you do without it. If you don't have an audience. Okay, Deborah is asking a joint venture question. Hi, Deborah. If you don't have an audience yet to share with a joint venture partner, do you offer a commission on your sales? Yes, exactly. That's what you offer in return. Sometimes you can also offer expertise. There are really three currencies when it comes to joint venturing: money, so that's commissions; expertise, where you can help somebody, or an audience so that you can cross promote, reciprocate, right? So there are three ways that you can, or there's actually a fourth one where you can introduce them to some of your other contacts that are valuable, right? Referrals. Let's see. There's some questions that are very specific to their business. So all right. It is past 25 minutes for sure. Thank you so much, guys. The questions are awesome. I'm more than happy to continue to answer them, but I do want to respect everybody's time. I promised 25 minutes. You're very welcome. So tomorrow is going to be an interesting assignment. So definitely look at that. It's going to invite some creativity from you, and I'm excited to share it with you. I think, like Christine says, I've got 4 websites. I've been there, done that. I've actually had 22 websites at one point. And when I realized that I needed to market each of them, I decided to really consolidate everything into one. So that's a separate question as well. Okay, I think we're getting a little bit off track. Visibility. How can you be visible 52 times a year and at least one time a year in a big way? We're going to talk about that tomorrow and on Friday. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jamie. I put your comment there. Thank you. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.